Hello everybody, I'm gonna stream another video of Enchantress today. It's basically the same version, like the same decklist that I was playing in the previous video, except most importantly I took out the Gideon's intervention and I changed it for one more mana source to make sure we need less mulliganing. And I took Horizon Canopy because I'm not sure I want 21 mana sources. So like it can always cycle itself if you're getting flooded, but maybe it will help getting 2 or 3 mana in your opening hand. And in the sideboard, I added the Sphere of Resistance just to try it out if it could help against combo or not. Like some people play it 4 times, but I just want to have it once because combo is already a bad matchup, and I don't want to jam the sideboard with anti-combo cards. I think Cast Out was not in the sideboard in the previous league as well, and I reduced the number of, I think I took out 1 Surgical Extraction, and I took out 1 Leyline of Sanctity. Like normally you want to have 4 of these to be sure you have them in your opening hand, but because Leyline causes such a strange keep sometimes, like you only have 1 mana with the Leyline and you don't want to mulligan it, like I don't want to rely too much on Leyline of Sanctity. So let's try it out. Construct the tournament. League. Yeah, the previous league I think we went 4-1 with this deck, so that was really good. And yeah, I hope to get the same results today. I'll show the... I won't show the deck anymore because we found an opponent. I think in the next video I will try 2 Lotus Petals instead of the Horizon Canopy. Like someone on Reddit, Idemiol, I think his name was, asked like, oh, like do you think 2 Lotus Petals could be okay? And I think against combo decks it's good to get like the turn 1 Rest in Peace or the turn 1 Sphere of Resistance. So maybe I just want to have it in a sideboard, because in the main deck it's kind of, it may be awkward. Anyway, I'll see if I can cut 1 mana source after playing this league. I think I want to keep this, because I have turn 1 Mirror's Guile, which turns on Serra Sanctum. So if the Mirror's Guile finds us or go to an Enchantress, we can play that turn 2. And otherwise we can turn 2 put a Sprawl on the forest and like have 4 mana turn 3 to play like an Enchantress Presence and Utopia Sprawl, Green Sun Zenith and Utopia Sprawl. Like if this hand did not have Guile, it would be bad, and if Guile doesn't find us anything, then it's also pretty bad, because it might just happen like the top 3 are useless cards and we don't have a fetch land among them to shuffle them away. So it's definitely a risky card to have in your, like as your only engine card in the opening hand. Okay, this counts as an engine card. So at least turn 3 we can cast this, if our opponent doesn't counter or destroy anything. Apparently he does not want this to resolve. And I guess he's right. So it's a deck that plays basics and days. So that's not something you see a lot. And if it plays days, it should play Wasteland, so playing Serra Sanctum may be pretty risky. I want the Utopia Sprawl the Forests. Then we have 2 mana from the forest and 1 mana from Serra Sanctum. If I find another forest, I will make sure I get 2 4 mana, but I think right now... Oh yeah, so we get another green source if he doesn't stifle the fetch land activation. I think I'm gonna jam it anyway. like Daze and Stifle are pretty likely to be in the same deck. But yeah, I don't want to play out the Serra Sanctum because it's more likely for him to have Wasteland than to have Stifle. So if I play Utopia Sprawl here on black, of course, then I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana next turn. But I also want to be able to play around Daze, so I think I'm going to play Utopia Sprawl on the forests, on white. So you have at least all 3 colors safe from Wasteland, if he somehow destroys our Serra Sanctum. And then we have 6 mana next turn, so if we draw a 2 mana card or like a 1 mana card, we can play both the Eidolon and something else. Or we could even play Doomwake Giant if he plays some crazy, like if he plays Young Pyromancer, which he probably won't, since he only will have 2 mana. Or like if he would be on Empty the Warrens, Storm with Daze in his main deck. Like I've seen Storm decks playing Daze, so it's not like you can't know for sure that he's not. So here it's kind of annoying. We only have, I could maybe have put one more Sprawl on green, because if we have 3 green mana, I could play first Argothian and then draw 2 cards of the Eidolon. But I think here I just have to yeah, cast the Eidolon to get a draw trigger. I have 6 mana and I want to have the white mana open, because I can't keep green open, so if I draw Rest in Peace, I can cast it off the Serra Sanctum, but this will make 3 mana, so even Rest in Peace could be played around Daze if this resolves. And if I tap it now, of course, it taps for 1 less mana, because the Eidolon is not yet in play. Okay, it doesn't matter. But we'll have plenty of cards to cast next turn. Even if he wastelands us, we can go Argothian Enchantress into Elephant Grass. Or like maybe even Doomwake Giant, we will have 7 mana next turn. Or like 8, because the Elephant Grass costs 0 mana. Oh, it's Blue-Red Delver, of course. Blue-Red Delver plays Basic Island and Daze. I always forget about Blue-Red Delver when I think about Delver. But Doomwake Giant and Elephant Grass should be really good here. So I think it's more important, it could be more important to resolve Doomwake Giant than to resolve the Argothian Enchantress. Because without these creatures, I think just burning us out is too slow. See, that's the white one. So I have 6 mana. I think I'm still going to draw some cards first. Like even if he attacks 1 turn with Delver of Secrets, it's not a big problem. And at least now we know he probably doesn't have Force of Will. And Doomwake Giant will still kill this if it's a 3 and 2, because we have Elephant Grass. We have a second Elephant Grass. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have 5 mana, so I may want to run a Doomwake Giant into a Daze. It feels kind of wrong and risky. But because we have a second one, I think I'm just gonna try. Like the upside is big, and okay, he did have the Daze. But we're pretty likely to resolve the second Doomwake Giant next turn. Yeah. By the way, I did fetch a second, like a third basic. Oh, Force of Will, that's rough. We'll have to make sure we play other cards he needs to force first. So anyway, I fetched the third basic here with the Windswept Heath. Because like he does not play Wasteland probably, but he still like plays Price of Progress, so this can save us 2 damage. And like Serra Sanctum will not get Wastelanded anyway, so that's we will have plenty of white mana. Okay, this should be something that he has to force. Like I think he doesn't know we have 2 Doomwake Giants, so or maybe he does. Serra Sanctum will make 1, 2, 3, so we have 5, 6 mana. We could play Elephant Grass first, because he also has to counter it if he ever wants to attack. I think that's what I'm going to do. Like just overload him with cards to counter or that lock him out of attacking. So like he has to counter something before we throw the Doomwake Giant under the bus. Yeah, like Solitary Confinement. If he does not counter Solitary Confinement, he basically can't kill us anyway. That means maybe I should actually throw the Doomwake Giant into his force first. Yeah, actually I think Solitary Confinement stops his burn spells, so I just want to burn the Doomwake first. Like if he goes down 2 cards to force, it will be almost impossible for him to stop the Solitary Confinement. We draw a card, we draw another card. We have played a land, so I will go through my turn. And also, like between playing a second Lotus Petal or the Horizon Canopy, this will make playing Horizon Canopy will make it very easy to see which one we prefer. Because every time we draw Horizon Canopy, we can think like, oh, would we have been more happy if it was Lotus Petal? And if the answer is yes, it means we should have the Lotus Petal instead. And if we're really happy with drawing the Canopy, it means we would not have liked the second Petal. Yeah, I think I want to pay both Elephant Grasses until we are sure the Solitary Confinement has resolved, because we have plenty of mana anyway. Okay, that's not good. Been drawing another land. I think I'm gonna start out with fetching a basic plains here. And first play the Sterling Grove. Just in case he has like Echoing Truth or like random cards that people normally don't play in Delver. I still don't want to die to him playing any of those. Now I'm gonna start out with Elephant Grass, because it's mana neutral. Like we will have 1 more enchantment in play, so we will get 1 more mana with having paid 1 more mana. Here I will jam the Solitary Confinement. I may even be inclined to get Rest in Peace here and sacrifice Sterling Grove for the win next turn, because I don't think he plays Echoing Truth anyway. And so yeah, here I probably would have paid 1 mana, get Rest in Peace, and cast Rest in Peace after this resolves. Against this deck, I do want Swords of Plowshares against their very aggressive openers. I don't know if I want Engineered Plague. I feel like it could, like, against them I would probably put it on Human, against Delver and Young Pyromancer, and probably even Monastery Mentor, I guess, is Human. But this is also Human, so I don't like it. I'm putting it on Elemental just for the tokens. Elephant Grass should be good enough. This is mostly against elves and death and taxes, and maybe storm. Sterling Grove. He may have like the Echoing Truth in a sideboard, but I think having one Sterling Grove should protect us against it. I'm gonna leave in the Banishing Light in case he has random cards like Sulfuric Vortex. So I will board out the Eidolon, because he plays Lightning Bolt, so it's not great. It's just like he draws one card maybe and then it gets bolted. And getting to 4 mana on the draw could be very tricky. I think I keep in the Lotus Petal because we're on the draw, so we need to play around days. Like on the play I may board this out. And then I need to cut one more card. I think because I don't know, I'm gonna cut the Mirror's Guile, because we want to keep a hand with good cards anyway. Like their deck is too fast to rely on playing turn 1 Mirror's Guile and draw into win cons. Or like engine cards. This is a very difficult hand. Like it has Rest in Peace and Helm, but I don't think it has enough to make us survive until we actually have the 5 mana to activate this. And Elephant Grass is not great on turn 1 or 2 if you don't have an Enchantress to draw cards. So like if this had one Enchantress effect or one ramp spell to get out the Helm faster, I may keep it. But we just died to a single daze on one of these cards, even if we make it to turn 5 for the Helm. And this is better. But we can assume they don't play Wasteland, so playing turn 1 Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth on the Savannah should be okay. And we scry, hope to find another land for the Zenith, and hope we don't run into a daze. So we scry anything that's not a mana source to the bottom. And then we may still die mana screwed, but like mulliganing to 5 was not likely to give us was not likely to give us a better opening hand. Here I'm gonna fetch because I don't think they play Stifle, and because I mean it's still more likely for them to be trying out Wasteland than trying out Stifle. Like I said, I really don't like playing enchantments on non-basics. Like even against elves or decks you know don't play Wasteland, still something in me is feeling this is wrong. And now we really need to find a third mana source. Like if he had forced this, we may just have died, but if he did not, like, it's still a bad idea to force it. But like in this particular situation, if he knew, okay, we have to play around days, that's really bad. So we need to find 2 more mana, or like a land and a Utopia Sprawl. Or maybe even Carpet of Flowers, which would be really good in this matchup. Always yes. Always yield. Okay. If this was Sylvan Library, we could have drawn both of these cards to play around days, but I'm gonna draw the Serra Sanctum first. And I feel I just want to bait his days because we have an Argothian on top, and we have 2 Zeniths, and I don't want to be playing around days every turn. And days could even be a blue card for his Force of Will if he has one in hand. So he has to daze this, so it's basically a Thoughtseize or a Duress here. Then if he has double days, at least we have the second Enchantress on top that we can play with mana floating. Or if we have another land on top, I may even play the other land and then Zenith. Like, then we still have the Argothian on top in case he counters it. Oh, but the only land is Serra Sanctum, so I'm not gonna play that line. No. Here, actually, yeah, I do want solitary. I don't want the second solitary confinement, and I don't want the second Serra Sanctum. So, because I don't feel close enough to dead, I think I'm actually just gonna Zenith here, like just for the shuffle effect. And it's very risky if he has a second daze, yeah, but it plays better around his Force of Will. Because the next turn, if we find the land, we can play both Argothian and Sterling Grove to draw another card. We may even play the second Serra Sanctum in this situation. Just because drawing the extra card seems important when we're gonna be dead in a few turns. So first I wanna get the extra mana, then I wanna draw the Rest in Peace. I don't need to draw the second confinement yet. So here I play Argothian, then play the second Serra Sanctum. Now not all of these choices are, like, most of them are just intuitively, because I played a lot of Enchantress. Like it's almost impossible to really know which order you wanna, like, either Zenith or keep the Enchantress on top or draw it. Like, this could just as well turn out wrong, like if I miscalculated, because I usually don't even really calculate. I just jam cards the way I feel is correct by having played this match a lot of times. Here I think I want to jam Solitary Confinement. Like, he did not have a... Oh no, actually I want to play Enchantress. I want to play Elephant Grass first. He may be inclined to, I know, Spell Pierce, like force it, although because he can't bolt me and attack next turn. And then we draw the forest, and we have we have added 2 mana, like one from Serra Sanctum, one from the forest, and then we can play Solitary Confinement around Spell Pierce for sure. And then next turn we have another Solitary Confinement. So we play Elephant Grass. At least it ramps us 1 mana, like virtually by drawing the forests. Then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, so I can play Confinement and Rest in Peace. If I play Rest in Peace first, Serra Sanctum gives 1 more mana, but I can't play around Spell Pierce or Double Daze. So I think I'm just gonna jam the Solitary Confinement first, because I can't afford... Like, if he has... Well, 1 bolt won't be enough with this... with the Delver. Like, bolt now, and then next turn attack, play land, and bolt. Like, even Price of Progress adds 4 mana, so Price of Progress into attack would kill us here. Okay, he does have a bolt. Drawing the second one, like, not having a second draw effect is also pretty risky here, because we will probably have to sacrifice this, and then we can die to him bolting us in response to playing the next one, like after we have sacrificed the first confinement. So we're definitely not very safe yet with only 1 draw effect. Unless we have like a Helm of Obedience on top, I can afford to discard like the Solitary Confinement next turn, or the card we draw here. I have a feeling he has a reactive spell like a Daze or Spell Pierce in hand, because it took him a long time to think about the Rest in Peace. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely pay for Elephant Grass because Serra Sanctum makes 1 more mana if it's in play. So I'm gonna put the Confinement on the bottom of the stack, Grass last, and of course always Mirror's Guile first. These are not really interesting. Like, I think we may be dead if he gets to attack, so drawing the Swords to Plowshares seems okay, but I have a feeling it's better to sacrifice Sterling Grove to draw something that's actually useful. Even a second Elephant Grass would be better, I think, than not getting a draw trigger of the Swords to Plowshares. Like Enchantress Presence, then at least the Solitary Confinement will be more useful. But the fetch land is... No, we don't want to draw the fetch land, yeah, I forgot about that. So we will have... Well, I will put the fetch land on top for sure, because otherwise, like, if this gets countered, I still want to fetch away the other cards. So here I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana from Sanctum, 5 from these forests, this will be tapped, 6 and 7, maybe 8, because Serra Sanctum will tap 1 more with the Enchantress Presence. So that means we will lose to Spell Pierce if I play the Enchantress Presence first and then Solitary Confinement afterwards. No, wait, we will lose Sterling Grove, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, and potentially 7. I may want to play Solitary Confinement before playing the Enchantress Presence, to play around Spell Pierce or Double Daze. Yes, I want to prevent this. I hope he does not have 6 mana in burn spells. Is there anything that's better than Enchantress Presence here to help us win with like Carpet of Flowers may keep us going, but I think if you're facing, like if you want to keep Solitary Confinement, you just need to have at least 2 draw effects. So we are dead to Force of Will, Price of Progress. Like, I could have discarded the planes and play Solitary Confinement to draw the Enchantress Presence, but we would be down 2 cards, and then we really like would brick. If we brick 1 time with Mirror's Guile, we would be dead because we wouldn't have the second confinement. So this here adds 3. Oh, we won't be able to play the Enchantress Presence because we won't get the extra mana now. Okay, that's a miscalculation. I should maybe have gotten the Elephant Grass, the Carpet of Flowers after all. Okay, that's not good. I guess I should have played it differently. I want to cut the Sterling Grove, and on the play I don't think I need the Lotus Petal. I want to have the second Mirror's Guile maybe, to keep digging. Or maybe, do I want Leyline of Sanctity here? Like, they're kind of a burn deck, but also a creature deck. That's, this is a matchup where I've never really been sure if I wanted the Leyline. Like, if I cut Banishing Light, I could play Leyline of Sanctity. So I think I'm gonna jam that. I'm gonna go first. It's it only has 2 mana, but it does have Rest in Peace, Helm, and Leyline, so I think I'm gonna keep it. It's like we only draw a land 1 in 3 cards. But at least we can fetch a Savannah here to get both our colors, like at least the two most important colors. And we may have, like, this may counter, like, stop 2 or 3 cards in their hand already. The best card to draw here would be Serra Sanctum, because we could play Enchantress Presence for 4 mana and like have 1 mana left for him having a daze. Yeah, he must have top decked the Fire Blast, or he could have killed us the turn earlier when we dropped the first confinement. Okay, we did not draw the land, so I'm just gonna jam Rest in Peace and keep hoping to draw the Serra Sanctum, or like at least any other land. Yeah, he's probing himself. At least now he knows which card he has in hand. But he's stuck on 1 mana, so as soon as we have Enchantress Presence, like Elephant Grass should be really good against Double Delver. Like his hand must be very good to keep something like this. Like he must have a lot of... do I want to let him untap before plowing? I think I want to see first if it flips and then plow the second one. Like if you want to Spell Pierce this, at least you won't have mana to Ponder or Brainstorm. Because his mana screwed. So the first Delver reveals Brainstorm, and I want to plow the other one before he gains like 2 extra life here. Okay, if he wants to plow this, I don't know, I guess it's kind of okay. So he reveals another Brainstorm. But if, like, Leyline here, there's a tricky situation. If we did leave in like the extra Lotus Petal, this could have been Lotus Petal and we would be fine. And if it was one of the other cards we sided out, then at least the Leyline would, at least it would have, we would have mulliganed it because it was not, because the hand would have been too bad. I'm gonna jam Carpet of Flowers here. He can't daze it, I mean he can daze it. I'm not gonna play Elfin Grass here yet actually, I think I'm going to. Maybe bad decision because we have to tap a land that makes 2 mana. Yeah. But like if he draws a second land, it's not as great. I mean it's still okay. But if he doesn't draw a second land, like this at least prevents 6 damage, so like it saves half our life total. Okay, at least it saves us 3 life. And then next turn we have, if we draw a land we can play this. But if we draw a land and I sack the Elephant Grass, I can just play Helm of Obedience. That's also... I think I pay for it here. Because he can only deal 3 damage, we go to 6. And he can't like bolt us or like play Storm Chaser Mage or Monastery Swift Spear. And if we sacrifice this, he could like play a haste creature. And yeah, not really, probably not finish us off, but still, I do not want to. If we did not have the ley line, I probably would have sacrificed Elephant Grass, because then burn spells, like we would be too vulnerable to burn spells, I feel. At least this also makes him tap out, and if we draw a land, I think, because we are dead to the... actually, if we brick here, like if we don't draw a land and kill him, he kills us with a Delver, so I think I need to pay to stay alive one more turn and have one more chance of drawing a land for Helm. Yes. I want to draw... I want to... actually, we're like not drawing a second land. That's really crucial here. It's like, I mean, I knew I should probably have mulliganed it, but now it's been proven that indeed mulliganing it was the best choice here. Nope, opponent, that does not work. And we got a Daze out of his hand last turn. So basically Helm is lethal, like drawing a land, he needs to have force. If you don't draw a land, we are dead. Nope, I don't pay, I can't pay. Oh, this is bad. Okay. Yeah, we're dead. If you would have had one more island, this could have been a fog for one turn, and yeah. Yeah, like if I knew he had fire blasts, I could have tried to play around it with a solitary confinement, like play a second one, like discard the planes, play the second one before sacrificing the first one. But yeah, anyway, I don't consider it a misplay. Like he just needed to have top decked a 4-mana burn spell. And yeah, the second one, like the third game, I should just have mulliganed. Like the hand was not good. Leyline may have been okay. Like I don't know how many burn spells he had in hand, but I should have got some. Like I should just have mulliganed into something that had 3 mana, and we would have been fine. But sometimes you need to have to keep greedy hands. Like even if you only have a 1 in 3 chance of drawing a land, I mean we should have on average drawn one at least the last 2 turns. And this is the reason I'm really growing fond of the Helm of Obedience version of Enchantress again, because you can just win with a random top deck card. Like if you top deck a land or you have Rest in Peace in play, you're dead on board, you top deck Helm, you win. And like the other Enchantress versions don't usually have one I win button. Shalrama, I want to play first, yes. Yeah, it doesn't have any ramp because we don't play Dried Arbor. But I'm going to keep. I feel like I don't want to fetch, like if he has Stifle it's bad, but I don't want to fetch a basic plains and then have our Bayou wasted next. Like if you had a ramp spell I would fetch a basic right now to play the Argothian Enchantress around a Daze. Eldrazi. That's better than Chalice. So here I am going to fetch a basic forest and Sprawl it before playing Argothian, just because I want to be sure to have 3 mana next turn, or if you waste this I want to be sure to have at least 2 mana. We have 1 less draw by not playing it next turn. but it's too risky to run into a wasteland. And at least we know he doesn't have dazes or forces. And like mana development in the first turns is the most important for this deck. So if you can kill its mana, like if you're playing against Enchantress, I've seen elf players cast Abrupt Decay on the Utopia Sprawl, where like most inexperienced people would decay the Enchantress presence, but they would like decay the Utopia Sprawl, and I'm convinced it's the right choice. Like, it's counterintuitive, but just screwing them on mana, like it makes Serra Sanctum worse. I wouldn't be able to play any of my 3-drops next turn. So yeah, killing the mana in Enchantress is the most important. I'm going to play this here to get an extra draw effect. Instead of, like, if I zine it first, the next turn I have an extra trigger of the Argothian. But like next turn I want to rest in peace anyway. Like, I don't want to get more draw effects against Eldrazi, because they're gonna be attacking for a lot of damage. Like if they have Smasher or another Thought Knot. Oh, Tangle Wire. That's very problematic for this deck. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have to tap like all our permanents and we can't play anything. Sure. So I tap a artifact, creature, or land. 1, 2, 3. That means next turn I can't even tap the Enchantress Presence to keep this one untapped. So that's 1, 2, 3. Sure. At least we will have one land available next turn to cast Rest in Peace. But yeah, like I was telling, like I don't want the third draw effect here yet, because advancing to our combo kill or to Doomwake Giant seems more important to me. Oh man. Now we need to draw a land in order, like we will have 2 mana from this, but we will still need 1 more mana to pay for Sphere of Resistance. No, I need to wait for this ability to resolve, like this trigger. Then I need to tap 3. Yeah, Tangle Wire in Eldrazi seems it's spicy, but it seems like very good against me at least. He should really auto yield to like this thing in my turn, because I think he just doesn't even realize he has to yield priority here. So I need to draw mana source, and I should be okay for now. So that's 3. I did not draw a mana source, so I'm screwed for now. As long as he doesn't get like a smokestack or something going. At least next turn I only need to tap 2 permanents, and I can at least cast Rest in Peace. Yeah, you just get so much value from tapping these and not having to tap his mana. Next turn I die to Smasher. I think I still need to tap the Enchantress, so I can play a spell at least. Elephant Grass does not seem great, like he has the mana to pay for it. It would be only good if he has a Smasher. But I'm gonna assume he doesn't, because then I'm not gonna advance my own game plan if I play around Smasher. Next turn I'm gonna have to tap one permanent and I can play Solitary Confinement. So I need him not to have a creature with haste or some kind of removal spell for this. Or a waste. No, if he has Wasteland. Well, we only need to tap one permanent. Yeah, then even with Wasteland we can play Solitary Confinement. That looks like a Smasher. It's 5 mana. Oh lord. That's pretty brutal. So we need to tap 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like everything. Like if I could only tap enchantments, I would be very happy. I need now. No. Even Serra's Sanctum wouldn't help me because it would give 3 mana and this will cost 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. And I can concede. Yeah, I could have played Elephant. If I knew he had another one, I could have played like Elephant Grass. And I don't think he would have the mana. He would have to tap 3 permanents. Yeah, he would have had the mana to pay for Elephant Grass anyway. We want Rex Sage. I may want Cast Out and Humility. Like, I'm not sure. Yeah, Cast Out seems okay because you can flash it in the upkeep to make them pay. Like, you can tap them in response to the fading trigger and use the mana to cast like a Cast Out or something. I probably want Swords to Plowshares. I don't want Carpet of Flowers. I don't want Sterling Grove because I can't get anything with it. I probably never will have mana to play Eidolon of Blossoms. And it's not about, like, they don't play Force, so like cutting one Zenith should get around like their Thorn of Amethysts better, like their taxing effects. I would like to play first, yes. This could be okay, so I'm gonna keep because this seems like a very bad matchup. So like turn 2 Argothian, if he does not have a turn 1 Sphere of Resistance, seems like the best thing we can do. A deck like this is exactly why my old versions of Enchantress I used to play cards like what's it called, Seeds of Innocence. Like I usually used to have, no, not in this one. I usually used to have yeah, this is like 3 mana, destroys all artifacts. Your opponent gains life for the mana cost of each artifact. But at least like you can take like their Sphere of Resistance, their Tangle Wires and their Chalices and everything at the same time. And yeah, I'm gonna fetch Savannah here. It's not great to run into Wasteland, but I don't want to be stuck on only having green mana. So anyway, it's a 3 mana artifact wipe, and against like Chalice, Sphere of Resistance decks, you really want to be sure that you have a card that deals with all of them at once. Okay, we did die to the wasteland. But he cannot pay for elephant grass. Nope, that does not work. Yeah, now at least he knows how it feels to be taxed. I'm not gonna pay because I wanna draw more cards. Okay, this works. Fetch a basic plains and put my wild growth on that first. Oh, that's a beautiful top deck. Okay. Yes, I want to scry every turn. Yes, I want to have insane amounts of mana next turn. Oh, this is just perfect. It's gonna randomly tank his creature because I have the mana for it. Like, he can't attack, so it doesn't really matter. But I like spending my mana when I have it. It's one of my weaknesses. Let's see, I tap this one to pay for elephant grass. Then I have 1, 2, Serra Sanctimates, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. You can play Argothian Enchantress and nothing else. Sure, but next turn I have Bayou into Doomwake Giant or something. Like, there is nothing to play Banishing Light on, so I think having more mana by sacking Elephant Grass doesn't really do anything here for me. Sure, I can pay for it. Do I want to play Serra Sanctum? I think I do, because otherwise he only has 3 mana for whatever stuff he wants to do. We already have white, and I don't want him to waste a black source either, because we have, I think, another Doomwake Giant on top. So I want to use it. I want to use the black mana 2 times to cast both Doomwake Giants. Trandimo, okay. Full take key? No. Oh, okay. That's not good. I don't think I will need... Oh, rest in peace. Exactly what I need here. I think I'm not gonna pay for Elephant Grass, because I want to max out on mana. Then cast Rest in Peace. 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. 6 mana and Bayou. So that means that actually I can pay and then cast Doomwake and Rest in Peace. Because if I don't try anything else to play, I don't... Oh, our mage is Banishing Light his Crucible first. Play Rest in Peace. Then... Yeah, then I don't have mana enough to play Banishing Light, I think. Either way, I want to have the Rest in Peace first. Then... I still feel like I shouldn't be paying for this now. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Means I can play 2 drop if I draw it off. If I draw it off the Doomwake Giant. But I should be... No, I really think I should be Banishing Lighting his Trandinamo. Like, he obviously needs a lot of mana in this deck, and he wants to tax our turtle, so I feel like we should be taxing his turtle back. Yeah, like, oh yeah, you can't see it in the video, but like he wrote, like, gotta tax the turtle, lol. So I wanna tax his. Then I wanna Utopia Sprawl this forest for black. To be sure we don't lose our only black source to Wasteland. Then we have 4 mana, so I want an Enchantress Presence instead of Zenithing, hoping to draw a 1 mana enchantment to play, but we don't. But except for Ollie's Dust, like there isn't really much here I think that loses us the game. Like we can dig for a card every turn, we can shuffle them away if we don't like them, and we can draw like multiple cards a turn. So yeah, only Ollie's Dust is problematic. Okay, he had it. So how do I want to play this? I have 1, 2, 3 and 4 mana. Like if I play the Sprawl first, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I can play Enchantress Presence and nothing else. So I can first play Enchantress Presence, and then play Utopia Sprawl. At least I get to draw 1 more card. So I think that's what I want to do. Actually, I want to cast Green Sun Zenith. I think it gives us 1 more draw trigger next turn. So I want to sprawl the forests. Still want to put it on black. And I hope he doesn't have any other board wipe this turn. Okay, he doesn't seem to have anything useful here. Now, if we play the Zenith, like we will have, I think I can already play the land because I don't want to play second Serra's Sanctum here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana now. And we can have 8 mana if I play the Presence first. 8 mana means Presence and Doomwake. So if I play Presence, I get to play Doomwake as well. So I'm gonna play this one to be to get extra, to get extra mana. Oh, I did board in the Humility. I'm not sure I really want it here. Like at least not in this position. So I may side it out if we win this game. Yeah, like cards like Ollie's Dust is also the reason why I used to play things like Sigarda in a version like this. Like right now, nobody plays Eldrazi anymore, so I took it out. But against Ollie's Dust, this is the only card that doesn't like immediately lose you the game. I think here I want to be drawing more cards, so I'm going to Zenith for another. I think actually 2 draw effects is good enough here. I think I'm first gonna be playing Elephant Grass and then Doomwake Giant. Okay, or rest in peace and just win the game. Let's jam some more rest in peace. Okay, sure. I'm gonna yield to these. Then, does it matter how I tap my mana for the helm? No, okay, I think I just jam it with this mana. Okay, he does reveal his deck. Like usually they concede, so they don't have to show us the cards in their deck. So he has Chalice, Sphere of Resistance, Umezawa's Jite, he has Emrakul. What else do we need to know? Warping Whales, Smashers, Chalice. Oh, yeah, he does have Smokestack, alright. Sky Sovereign, what the hell is that? Vehicle. Enters the battlefield or attack, deals 3 damage. But I don't have creatures to deal damage to, nor planeswalkers, like except for this. So I think he could side it out against us. I take out Humility because he has Emrakul and other cards that have triggers, and like he has all his dust. I think I'm siding in Thoughtseize just to randomly try to grab his all his dust, because that card really wrecks us, and we may be able to take it before he is able to cast it. Then I need to cut one more card. I don't want to cut the plows, although it's bad to smash, or maybe I only leave him one plow because I need to have enough enchantments. Okay, here I don't want to keep this. Like, we can play turn 1 Guile, but we need to find both an Argothian and a mana source, so we're not gonna be, like, unless we top deck one of these, we're not gonna, like, if I had Argothian or orange, like, if I had either Argothian or a second land, I could hope to dig into the other of the two with Guile. Of course I want to keep this. I still think I want this on top, because like these lands can be very awkward, so I want to have like a solid basic forest and basic plains here before I have to commit my sanctum to a wasteland. Okay, that's not good for us. Yeah, now I definitely am happy that I have enough mana sources, because Terra Sanctum won't make a mana now without Mirror's Guile. Okay, I don't want to fetch yet, because deck thinning is bad when you need actually need to draw one more land. Forest. Yeah, against the Chalice deck, maybe boarding in Thoughtseize is not that great. But like he didn't have Chalice in his opening hand the first games. What does this do? Oh, he's just making a token. Thought he was trying to exile or counter it, which wouldn't make any sense. So next turn Enchantress presence, and the turn after we just play the Mirror's Guile into the Chalice, because it still draws cards. Unless he Tangle Wires us here. Oh, Chalice for 2. We're getting chaliced. And of course we draw a 2-drop here. If we ever find Vanishing Light, I really want to kill this one, because Chalice on 1 is not a huge problem. Like, I really prefer these cards to resolve, because killing him with Doomwake seems kind of iffy. So he gets to choose which card we throw into his Chalice. That's kind of bad choice, because this costs only 1 mana. If he took Rest in Peace, it means that I wouldn't have been able to cast both Rest in Peace and Solitary Confinement. But I guess if he was playing around Banishing Light on his Chalice, then taking the Rest in Peace could make more sense. Oh, Cast Out is exactly what I wanted. I mean, I would have preferred Banishing Light, but I guess I'll take Cast Out here. But with the Wild Growth in hand, it's kind of tempting to take the Chalice for 1. Yeah, he can't Thought-Knot us with the Solitary Confinement, so we're pretty lucky there. I do have a lot of bad cards to discard, like the Second Sanctum or the Windswept Heath, and it protects us from like a third Thought Knot, but I don't think I want to... actually, I do have enough cards to support drawing more cards, so I think I'm gonna keep it for one turn. Here I can cast out on some Chalice. Like with Helm in hand, it's really tempting to take the Chalice for 2, but with Wild Growth in hand, it's tempting to take the other one. So you only have 2 removal spells, like 1 Banishing Light, 1 Cast Out, oh yeah, and 1 Rec Sage. So I think I should just jam the Serra's Sanctum for an additional mana. No, I want to see what I draw of the Cast Out first. Yeah, then I think I just want to play a land and a 1-drop. I want to take the Chalice on 2. Then I want... Maybe I want him to waste his Savannah to have a safe to like protect my Serra's Sanctum here. And here it doesn't matter which of these two we cycle. Yeah, here I'm happy it's Horizon Canopy and not Lotus Petal. Though like Lotus Petal would draw us 2 more cards this turn, but this can also get us out of solitary confinement problems. Like if Elephant Grass does not draw us a card, at least yeah, I think I keep it for at least 1 more turn because we have enough of lands to throw away. I cast Elephant Grass first. Whoa, we're really not we're not drawing enough action here. That's bad. Okay. Then Serra's Sanctum makes 1, 2, 3, so you have 5 mana. We can play another Argothian and an Enchantress Presence. Or we can play it safe. I think I played safe here and played just Enchantress Presence. Because we already discarded our second Sanctum. So I want to have this mana when it counts. Okay, Rec Sage should be good against the Chalices. If he does not, I guess we can discard a land here. These are only black source for now, actually, but if he does not have the Alice Dust, I'm pretty happy, but he's gonna cast a big mana spell here. Ouch, it looks bad. Oh god. Okay, so we Rec Sage the Chalice, and then can we start rebuilding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 4 after we Rec Sage. Sure, so first I Rec Sage his Chalice. It doesn't matter in which order we do it, and I can plow 1 Thought Knot to draw a card. Yes, I want to use the ability, of course. Do I play Caracas here? Because I don't want to pay a life for Horizon Canopy. Then I cast Elephant Grass. And I'm gonna keep the plow until after he attacked and paid for Elephant Grass. But we don't have any more cards to draw. Like we don't have any more enchantments to draw of Argothian Enchantress, so that's bad. Oh, he does have another big mana spell. Like Chalice for 3. 4. No, it's like 7, 8, 9 mana tapped. 9 mana. Okay, Ulamog is bad as well. Sure, these cards do nothing. Whoa. Okay, for obvious reasons I want to keep my Plow for Ulamog. Okay, they do prevent him from dealing more damage. Like they don't win. Like they're not what gonna make me win the game. Like I think taking my lands could be better here. I'm gonna take the damage here. The next turn I can double block. I can double block if I have yeah, I have 2 more Enchantress, so I can. I don't want to lose my draw effect here yet, in case I draw an enchantment. And then next turn I have like 2 potential blockers. First I want to sacrifice the Horizon Canopy to draw 1 more card. Then I play Argothian. I get a draw trigger of my presence. I double block and I hope like this gets me Rest in Peace or something. But I think we're already too far behind and he's playing like all these big mana spells. Let's see if we draw cards. Solitary Confinement, yeah. The problem is like all his dusts, it's like only Sigarda is the only card that saves us against that. So if we had it, we could have seen it for 5 here. I think we had enough mana for that. So I may consider putting it back in the board, because like you randomly play against like Pox decks or Liliana, like just anything. Like there are plenty of decks having sacrifice effects, and just like a 5/5 flying, it's even good against some Delver decks, like just either as a win condition or just like an infinite blocker. Yeah, it's not going great today compared to last week. This hand is a mulligan because I don't want to wait until turn 3 before I can play an Enchantress effect. This is a turn 2 that's weak to Wasteland, so I'm gonna. I don't like it, but at least it's better. And at least also if it resolves, we are sure to have like 1 drop to play after it, the turn after. So I was thinking about adding Sigarda, I think. I mean, I prefer adding cards like Sigarda or Seeds of Innocence to make okay like matchups that are not completely lost into winnable, than like adding Sphere of Resistance to fix matchups that are that like you were not going to win in the first place. Like Storm, even with sideboard cards, you're just never going to win it. I mean, you're going to win it like 20% of time, but like this matchup we could have gone to like 60-40 instead of 40-60, and that's worth a lot more. This looks like new Miracles, but I'm still gonna play it safe and fetch a basic here. Like you never know if it's a back to basics deck. Like people play random shit, and I don't like losing to things game 1 that I could have played around. So anyway, I was looking at the sideboard. Yeah, I think so far I haven't wanted the second Lotus Petal yet. So what do I want to cut? Like Trinity Sphere at least is good against Omniscience and Alluran. So I think I'm not cutting that one yet. Like maybe just one random Thoughtseize, because it's not great, it's not bad. Maybe I cut both of them actually. They have not, they haven't really amazed me yet. And I can put like the fourth leyline back in for now. Snapcaster Ponder, sure. That does not affect my deck. Let's get more draw triggers. Like Enchantress was pretty good against old miracles, especially if you play like Replenish. Like Helm of Obedience, Rest in Peace was a bit less good, but like the Replenish versions were really good. So I think we should be in a good position against the new miracles as well. Depends on the number of unexpectedly absents, maybe. So next turn I want to start with Elephant Grass, because it costs 0 mana with Serra Sanctum. And I will give us a better look at our options. Oh, unless he has like Terminus here. But I still get to draw one of the presents. Okay, here I'm only gonna have 4 mana, even if I play Elephant Grass, so I can't play Doomeg Giant. So I feel like overextending into Terminus is something I wanna do. But I could leave open 1 green mana or 2 white mana. Like if I draw Rest in Peace, it's better to pay Argosian with double green. And if I draw like a Wild Growth, it's better to play... I think I have more 1 green spells, so I'm going to pay the white mana here. Yes, I always want to draw cards. Yeah, and we drew a Wild Growth, so I'm happy I did it this way. I'm still gonna be super careful and put this on black. So to be sure we have plenty of black sources in case of emergency. Oh, and I discard a basic forest. Yeah, we have plenty of those. Let's see if this is a better position for my back. Like, I don't really want to pay for this in theory, just to take 2 damage from prevent 2 damage from a Snapcaster Mage. But because of Serra Sanctum, it doesn't cost me any mana, so I'm gonna pay for 1 turn. That looks like a Jace. Sure. This deck does not care about Jace at all. Like, at least in a board state like this. Like, Fate Sealing doesn't do anything because we draw 3 cards a turn, so we can break through any Fate Seal. Like, Brainstorming, sure, he might find a Force of Will, but even if our card gets countered, we still get to draw triggers. Sure, I pay. Here, I guess I start with just playing another presence. I never have enough cards. Then I have 5 mana, so I can play the Doomwig Giant. I could have played Solitary Confinement and Mirror's Guile, because I don't think we're gonna win with Doomwig Giant in this matchup. I think Rest in Peace is better because like he has Plows and like he doesn't want to chase bounces, but he has Plows and Terminus and stuff. Well, Helm of Obedience he needs to counter, and this one he doesn't need to, like he has both counter spells and removal, and for this he only has like counter spells. Plus this takes, let me see, like 5 turns to attack, and this is like a one shot, like we need to make sure he's tapped out from counter spell. Okay, so we have the combo. I want to keep both helms and not discard them, so we can play around a single counter spell. But I do not want more fetch land. I think I do not need the nah, Mirror's Guy. We don't need to draw all these cards. I don't need more fetch land. I don't need to do more draw effects either. And I really don't think I need another Doomwig either. Sure, Entreat the Angels. Like if he does not have Plow for the Doomwig Giant, I probably can just kill all his angels anyway. And I have Solitary Confinement as well. So these should never be doing any damage against me. And next turn we have possibility of double Sanctum and like we have Carpet of Flowers for at least 3 mana. So we should be able to like play anything we draw and like just flood him with cards that he can't all counter. We're gonna start with Rest in Peace, like of course first Carpet of Flowers, but Rest in Peace before Helm of Obedience, because we only have one Rest in Peace in hand, so he's not likely to counter it if he hasn't seen Helm yet. Sure, Carpet of Flowers. Oh yeah, so now we have double Rest in Peace. So I think I'm not sure if I want to cast Helm first then. Like he may not counter Helm if he hasn't seen Rip, and we have 3 Rips in deck. So now I want him to counter Rest in Peace and not counter Helm. Like that, that has changed because of drawing the second Rest in Peace. Like usually I cast the card, like sometimes you want to cast the card first. You don't want them to get countered. Like against Delver, usually, I mean, yeah, it depends. If you want to play around Daze, you first play the card you don't want to get countered. But if you have like Elephant Grass and Solitary Confinement, you may first play Elephant Grass if you think they force it, because they need to kill you fast, and then you play like the card you really need second, if you have enough mana to pay for Daze. Here I have to be careful. I only have 25 cards left, so I don't want to just throw everything under the bus. How much mana does this make? 5. If he forces the first Helm, I think I'm not playing the second one yet, because he might still have a second force in hand after all this brainstorming. Although of course if he untaps and he can keep counterspell mana open, I'm also in a pretty bad spot. So maybe it's safer to actually drop it. But it's our last win condition in our deck, because exile Portent. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have discarded the second. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have discarded the second Doomwake Giant, because now this is our last win condition. I think I still jam this here and now. No, first I'm going to sprawl here, because otherwise I need to tap it, unable to use the mana. So I'm at 21 cards, so I can only play 5 more enchantments, more or less. 5 more enchantments, no more sprawl effects. I think I play, so I want Banishing Light, Rest in Peace, Sterling Grove, and Solitary Confinement to be the enchantments I still play. Oof, I think I'm gonna jam the Helm first, because at least it forces him to have the second force. And making him untap if he plays counterspell is even worse. Okay, we are good to go. I'm gonna play this to have enough mana to play any number of resting pieces that we need. Okay. Maybe I was worrying too much there, but yeah, I didn't want to lose, so I wanted to make sure I was taking the right line. He probably has Wear Tear, so I want a second Sterling Grove. I probably want to cast out just against Chase. Like, Chase is not that great, but at least I can cycle it here. Like, I mean, Chase is great if we don't have any, like if he terminuses our Enchantresses, and we don't have Mirror's Guile, then I actually think Chase is good for him. If he has Mentor, Engineer, Plague, maybe okay, but I still don't feel like it. Like, it's not... And what I usually cut here is like Lotus Petal, because it's only one-time use, or like some number of Elephant Grass. Normally I would cut like 2 if I need more cards, but at least it cycles, so it's just a 1 mana, draw 1 or 2 cards. It's not a bad card here. Like, normally against old Miracles, of course, you would board in Reclamation Sage to stop a counterbalance, but against new Miracles there are less cards that I really want to board in. Like, I don't believe Doomwake Giant is good against them, but you still need to throw cards at them that they need to deal with in order to be able to resolve the cards that you really want. Like, you might randomly have him force this to protect the Mentor, or it may pressure a Chase if they can't target it because of Sterling Grove. This is a very good hand. Turn 1, I'm still gonna sprawl this, even though he doesn't play Daze, just to have more options for turn 2. Like, I almost always want to play the ramp on turn 1, regardless of my opponent playing Daze or not. And it gives me the option of Zenithing first to be more mana efficient, although he can of course Flusterstorm the Zenith or Spell Pierce it. But it also allows for Argothian Enchantress into an immediate trigger. And then if he has Terminus the next turn, at least I've gotten 1 draw of the Enchantress. So if I draw 1 drop, I will play Argothian Enchantress. Otherwise, I'm likely to play Zenith first to use up all my mana. And if he wants to Flusterstorm it, then I don't know. He shouldn't have boarded in the cards in the first place. Okay, Carp of Flowers means I jam Argothian here, because I want to play this regardless of him countering the Argothian. Sure. No, okay. Pitching a Snapcaster means he doesn't have any ponders, I think, because Snapcaster is one of the better cards in Miracles. Nope. And Carpet will mean that it will probably add like 2 mana next turn, which means we will have 6 mana to Zenith for another Argothian and then cast Enchantress Presence afterwards. So that's why I played it now, even without a draw trigger. Or I could choose not to use it yet and hope he fetches to interact with my greens and Zenith. I think I want to do that. I will have, yeah, I will have 6 mana and I want to have the 7th mana for Wild Growth. So I'm going to Zenith. Of course there are risks into Brainstorm Terminus because we pass priority here. Down, yeah, I want to play it for 2. And it also doesn't play around Flusterstorm, which we could pay for with Carpet of Flowers. But as I said, I don't believe in Flusterstorm against Enchantress. Ooh, that's pretty good. Alright. Good. I could have played it for 4 and get the other Enchantress. Then I would... But he might have kept in some plows, so I would have preferred to get old school Argothian first. Now if he has a counterspell now for Enchantress Presence, then we are in a bad spot. And then untap into Jace is going to be a real problem. Or untap into Mentor. Alright, nothing to fetch. Yeah, it's a common play, like people trying to surgical your Enchantress in response to a Zenith. Yes, I want to play into Wear Tear. Okay, I could play around Wear Tear by not dropping it yet until I at least get 1 draw trigger. But I don't feel like doing it right now. Yeah, he does have counterspell. Okay. At least by not playing Enchantress Presence, we would force him to keep open 2 mana this turn and not like play a Jace or a Mentor yet. So yeah, there are definitely merits to keeping this in your hand until you have enough mana to actually play something else, at least in the later turns. Of course not on turn 2, you always want to jam this. Okay, thank you for not fetching a basic, opponent. At least he's down to 3 cards now, like after he draws out the ponder. So if we top deck another draw effect, he should not have enough answers for that in his hand anymore. At least his hand is like all counter spells. Yes, Zenith. Yes, I want to use it. Get 3 green mana. So I want to have a green floating, like remaining to play Wild Growth. I want to pay 5 mana for this. So yeah, I can play it like this and then Wild Growth the planes. Come on, resolve. If this does not resolve, I don't think we can win this game. Oh, okay. You did have all counter spells, or at least counter spell and the blue card. But he has better top decks than me. Like I have 2 more Zeniths, the Eidolon itself, and 3 more Enchantress presences. So that's I need one of 6 cards. Like he has all the cantrips and draw spells, so he's more likely to get out of his 1 card hand. Oh, he did have the chase. Did he draw 2 cards? Yeah, he's already getting ahead in cards here. So yeah, we're kind of unlikely to win here. I mean, any deck in Legacy loses to their opponent having like the answers to all the relevant cards, like first Force, then Surgical, then Counterspell, then Force again. So yeah, having 4 key cards either extracted or countered is just unbeatable. Unless you play cantrips to dig for something new every turn. But we should still be favored in game 3 here. And my opponent is at 11 minutes, so I'm not going to concede yet. Because we are at 16 minutes. I want to use Carve the Flower. Nope. Yeah, Predict has really made Miracles into a better grinding machine. Like just drawing all these cards all the time, like getting ahead on cards while we are only drawing 1 a turn, is making the matchup a lot worse for us. Yeah, not winning this. I think I should still. Yeah, I don't care about playing the land because I already F6'd. But next turn I should play it. Because if you draw Eidolon and get an extra draw trigger, we might want to play 2 lands a turn. Like we want to have this land and the next land. And we still have like 6, actually 2 Mirror's Guile, so we have like 8 life draws. But by now he should have Snapcaster or Counterspell. Okay, this is good. It's a good fodder for his first Counterspell, or his first hardcast Force of Will. But I don't like conceding unless I know 100% sure that I can't win anymore. Yeah, he's going for hardcast Force. Sure. Next turn I may just start using Solitary Confinements as fog effects. Like, I don't want to do it now yet. But yeah, the number of outs we can draw are very little, so just buying a few turns may be worth it. Or like just to stop Jace from fate sealing us. And against Mentor, I definitely want to drop Solitary Confinement. Here's 1, 2. Or 5, it's gonna be 5 damage next turn, but with some prowess we could already be dead next turn, like if he has like 4 cantrips. Or if he sorts one of his own tokens in addition to the cantrips. Engineered explosives. Oh, beetle, okay. Yeah, that's also why not conceding is good, because at least you learn that he sided in Pitting Needle. Helm of Obedience. Yeah, here I'm going to play Sterling Grove and Solitary Confinement. Of course, now he knows he has to keep mana open to counter the spell I tutor. Let's see, do I have black mana? I don't. Yeah, I can make black mana with Carpet. It's like even just a Doomwake Giant to clear, like kill all these tokens and Snapcaster Mage could be okay. Because Eidolon of Blood will just like draw me 1 or 2 cards. But locking down all of his creatures, like if he doesn't have counterspell, then he will also lose his mentor, because then he won't have a counterspell for the second. Yeah, I feel like just getting the Doomwake may be beneficial here. Because just like 1 draw effect plus Solitary Confinement is not gonna keep us alive too long either. And staying alive as many minutes as possible to give our opponent as little time as possible in game 3 is, I think, is the best strategy to win game 3. Like if we can get him down to 5 minutes, like stretching this game for like 2 more minutes, then winning the next 25 minutes should be difficult. Like, it sounds kind of unfair to try to use the clock as a weapon, but yeah, that's how Magic Online works. Oh, he's really committing to a big attack next turn. So I should really resolve a Doomwake Giant and just blow. I mean, he's representing Counterspell here. So it's not likely that we will actually resolve the Doomwake. But then we still have a solitary confinement to follow it up with. So I will sacrifice this to draw the Doomwake. Then I may also just jam solitary confinement first, because he needs to counter it as well to kill me next turn. And then I still have Doomwake Giant plus 2 cards. Yes. I think I'm just going to... There's green cards, I only have one white source. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play this first, because I'm actually preferring this to get countered than this. And this feels like a card he could be interested in countering. But of course he knows we tutor this. Whoa, is this going to resolve? That's crazy. If this resolves without him having a plow, then he really did not see this move coming when he was cantripping. Unexpectedly absent? No, disenchant. Why is he not disenchanting Doomwake Giant? Like... Oh, of course, he thinks we won't have another spell to play here. Yeah, our opponent should have played more carefully. If he just disenchanted the Doomwake Giant, then we would never have gotten the triggers to kill his mentors, and he might still have... Okay, yeah, this kills us as well. Okay, now I understand his play. I mean, you always assume somebody's wrong by the info you have. Oh, okay. I may shrink his angels by 2, and then just attack to troll my opponent a bit more. But yeah, I can't win this game anymore, sadly. If only he had flash, I could flash him in during during his turn, get some extra, like only shrink his creatures one more turn. Yeah, we lose, but my opponent has 4 minutes for last game. So I'm liking my chances. Do I want to change anything? Yeah, I think I want Rex Sage. And I want to take out one more Elephant Grass. Actually, I may prefer Elephant Grass over Solitary Confinement against like all the tokens, because we can keep these alive longer and we have to sacrifice the confinement earlier. Do I want to change anything else? I think not. I just don't want... I should just try not to get my stuff countered. I will keep this, because he should not force this. If he does not know this is our only action, he should not force this. He's really thinking about it. Yeah, forcing the turn 1 Mirror's Guile is usually wrong, but in this case he was right. So, but being right by accident doesn't make it the good move. Like he threw away 2 Force of Wills. And here I will aggressively start deck thinning, just because even the 0.5% difference is what I need to find anything more than drawing more lands. I may keep 1 fetch land to play around Jace. Yeah, we may lose to keeping this very mediocre hand here. Like mediocre, even like bad. Yeah, a fast mentor is exactly what he needs to win in this amount of time. So he's definitely doing what he needs. I'm like, if I play it now, I play around counterspell, but I don't play around what's it called? Council's Judgment or Engineered Explosives. If I play it next turn, I could get at least a guaranteed trigger. But I think I'm more afraid of the card Counterspell here, because that should be like a 2 or 3 off. And I'm not sure they still play Engineered Explosives or Council's Judgment. Alright, jam this first to protect our confinement from disenchant. Or like from Counterspell, that's basically the same. Yeah, so it was definitely the right choice here to have played around the Counterspell. And I want to have a white source, so I should fetch Savannah. Just like as a fog for 1 turn plus draw 1 card. I'm definitely gonna sacrifice it next turn. Why is he thinking about a fetch land? Is he going to surgical something? Oh, maybe he thinks we have a second surgical. Or just to get like more tokens. That's fine. Sure. If he is gonna waste some time searching my library, that's fine for me. Maybe he has a disenchant in hand, so he doesn't want us to draw a second Sterling Grove. So let's not forget we are fetching a Savannah for solitary confinement here. Okay. If he manages to make a little amount of tokens, I think I need to keep this now. I like just rely on the Utopia Sprawl to draw us Rest in Peace or something. What's he do? Oh yeah, he's just making more tokens. So how many tokens can I survive next turn? He could make like, let's assume he can like make 3 prowess if he finds some more cantrips. So that's, we can block 1 if necessary. So we block the mentor, we have like 3 tokens with 3 prowess is 9 damage, 10, 11, 11 damage with Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, but he maybe has another, oh yeah, maybe he has Disenchant here. No, okay. He makes the choice for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We take 10 damage. We don't block. And we need to... We have like... Oh, that's very good, obviously. That's okay. Do I name black here? Sure. Oh yeah, I shouldn't be hurrying, like even though he's on little time, like we don't need to hurry about it. He can't have force plus blue cards, so I want to play so I keep green floating. Yeah, timing him out definitely seems like the best option here. And we have four mana, that's not enough. Yeah, if he has Snapcaster or Disenchant, then we're in a bad spot. I'm still not gonna block because it's not gonna make a difference between lethal or not. Oh, our opponent is really gonna be able to get it done in whoa. That really sucks for our opponent, like he was like a few seconds short to win this game. Okay, like we really didn't deserve to win it, but yeah, the clock is fair to everybody. Like sometimes you don't deserve to draw in real life, and you still draw because of the clock running out. So I mean, it's an integral part of the game, but it's not. I mean, you don't really feel good about winning this way. Like he only was like 10 seconds short. If you had been like faster in surgicaling our cards and not then like just taking a screenshot instead of looking through our library for 1 or 2 minutes, then we would have lost this game. Like in my mind, we still lost the game. This guy is on Mono Red Storm, so this hand is bad because it only has a turn 3 Zenith. But Rest in Peace is pretty good against their Positive Flames plan, and they don't have that much interaction. So they shouldn't be able to kill us this turn. Like, I mean, they do have a small chance with a perfect hand, but turn 2 Rest in Peace should throw a wrench in their game plan, and then turn 3 we can see need for Enchantress, and once we get Solitary Confinement, oh, he's gonna go for it. So that's probably like a Wheel of Fortune effect, like what's it called? Reforge the Soul or something? Commune with Lava. Exile the top 5 cards. Until the end of turn you may play those cards. They're not revealed, okay. Yeah, so he doesn't have a kill yet, he's just gonna see. Oh, they're not free, so he's not gonna be able to like cast all the rituals in the hand. Manamorphose, sure. Seeding Song, okay, so he's getting to the ritual mana. Yeah, like Manamorphose ramps him 1 mana every turn, like with the Ruby Medallion. I'm interested to see if he's got a win here. Burning Wish and Empty the Warrens gets him 20 tokens, so only Elephant Grass off the top can save me. Okay. Oh, Goblin War Strike. Oh yeah, next turn he can attack plus Goblin War Strike. Sure, I'm gonna fetch here, and then for a Savannah. That's 18 damage. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, if he had one more turn, he couldn't have gotten the Right to Flame mana. Like, he would have had one mana less with against Rest in Peace. His Goblin War Strike does its target. Oh, we can't see it here anymore. I think it targets. So I may, like, he also has 10 rules in the sideboard, so I want Leyline. I want Engineered Plague for sure. Like Rex Sage and Trinisphere. Sphere of Resistance. I don't think we want Sterling Grove, because red doesn't have enchantment removal. Don't want Carpet of Flowers. And I do want Surgical and Thoughtseize to interrupt this combo. What else do I want? Elfengrass is not great because he has the Goblin War Strike. I think Banishing Light, I mean, it does stop one of his artifacts, like to make his stuff cheaper, but Eidolon is not great. Helm of Obedience, I want to leave 2 in because he plays like the Reforge the Soul, and we might actually discard one from our hand. And yeah, then like we have no way of getting it back from the graveyard after we Wheel of Fortune it. I think I'm just gonna cut some Zeniths and some Enchantress effects, because I don't think we win this game. I don't think we win this game by drawing a lot of cards. We just need to disrupt him as much as possible by an early Engineered Plague and Leyline. Yes, I want to play first. This is good, and turn 1 Rest in Peace is good, turn 2 Sphere of Resistance is good. Yes, I do keep this. Like, we don't have any engine ourselves. Like, against Storm this would not be enough, because they just have a Chain of Vapor, Echoing Truth to bounce these permanents. Okay. I want to start with Rest in Peace, because if we play Sphere of Resistance this turn, we can't play Rest in Peace next turn. Here definitely the Petal is good. I mean, it's not great of course, because turn 1 Rest in Peace is not necessarily gonna stop him. I mean, against Reanimator this would be better. Why is he playing out his Petals now? Actually, do I want the Sphere? Then I can't play Argothian next turn. I think I want Sphere, because maybe he's playing this to end of turn, Echoing Truth, the Leyline, if he plays Echoing Truth. Like, I don't need so much to play my own combo first, than to lock him out of his game plan first. Sure. Oh, he has no mana. That's strange. Like, no lands. That's his first land. Now, we may have been safe to play Argothian first. But, like, we have all the time in the world. For now. Until he has an answer to this. Maybe Burning Wish for Shattering Spree. And then kill me with Goblin tokens. Like, the Leyline is not as good here as a Sphere. Like, the Sphere is our most important most important piece. Sure. I don't mind him throwing away 2 petals. Only to make everything one. Actually, yeah, this negates this. So it's probably right to sacrifice the petals, like on a long-term plan. Come on, 3rd land. Yes, thank you. I think he played Blood Moon in the sideboard last time I played against him. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm gonna fetch a basic plains. And I'm gonna keep the Elephant Grass as long as possible. Oh, okay, he does have the Abrade that I was afraid of. But this gets around Tendrils and Goblin Warstrike, and then we can use this if he goes for the crazy amount of Goblin tokens. Is Abrade a sorcery? It's an instant, so he can't Burning Wish for it. So Ride the Flame, Morphose, Commune with Lava. Oh yeah, so these are the cards he exiled. Why doesn't he play them yet? Here I definitely want to start with casting Vanishing Light on his Ruby Medallion. Until the end of your next turn, so you can actually play them this turn. That's the card is a lot better than I thought. I thought you could only play them until the end of the same turn. And this is another. Oh, this could be annoying because this is like Eidolon of Blossoms, and I may randomly block this to prevent it from getting renowned. Is that useful? Not really. I think I just need to ramp into Doomwake Giant. And just take a whole lot of damage first. Is it a non-creature? Non-creature spell. So I want to draw more cards because I really need to have more mana. And yeah, I should be safe next turn with the giant. I'm still gonna cast the Sprawl here to get the black mana around Blood Moon. I mean, he's very unlikely to have Blood Moon in, but these can, like, I still have one black for the Doomwake, and I can tap these for green if he doesn't. Like, if I don't need. Oh, that's rough. Sure. I think I sack this now. Prevent this? No. Wait, do I have... Yeah, I have 6 mana to Doomwake, but not... No, I need to play 2 more enchantments. Nope, I don't. This is only 2 creature. So, I think I play Doomwake and just use it as a blocker. Because because I don't have 2 more enchantments to throw into the constellation triggers anymore. And I'm probably gonna use this to draw end of his turn. Seeding Song. Curious what kind of crazy stuff he has to throw at me now. Commune with Lava. Sure. Seeding Song, Burning Wish, Desperate Ritual, Act on Impulse. I don't want to pay life for mana here. So I definitely... Oh, if I play Solitary Confinement first, this will never deal damage to us at all. Then we can start playing our Enchantresses afterwards. It's not optimal, but I really want to stop taking 2 from this like 2 or 3 times a turn. So here I Zenith. Oh no, it's not an enchantment. Here I Enchantress Presence. I mean, I still want to kill this, even though it no longer deals damage. Just for in case he has an out. And so we can start attacking here. Yeah, classic legacy. Mono Red Storm versus Enchantress. It's like what you see on the top tables every day in big tournaments. I'm really liking the Ruby Medallion Manamorphose interaction. It's like a Rite of Flame with the draw cards stapled to it. So he knows he can't go for goblins, right? Because I have Doomwake Giant. He could go for Engineered Explosives. No, he can't Burning Wish for that. It's like he could make 4 different colors of mana. Oh. Sure, you can have that. I'm still gonna plague your goblins next turn. Nope, it should not get a counter because of a Solitary Confinement. I think I want to discard Leyline or Sanctity here. I'm not sure, because it might give us another draw, but I also want to have the mana for sure. As a Human Berserker, don't think I want to Engineered Plague that card. Rest in peace. Oh, I should have seen it at first to get 1 more draw trigger. Let's misplay. I want to float the green mana for the sprawl. Sure. Do I want to show him the Trinisphere or the Engineered Plague? I don't think so. Because he could try to play around it next game. I think I should just be going for the helm now. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Like I was thinking after we drew the helm, I knew like if we draw Serra Sanctum, that's all we need. Done. Oh, he conceded before his deck was revealed. Now we don't have Eglon here. I don't think we want Swords to Plowshares, but I do think I want another confinement to stop the Scab Clan Berserker thing that was going on there. On the draw, like, do I want these? Like, I still feel they're not great compared to extra draw triggers. Like, that's the problem with this deck, like, you can't thin it out too much with the non-enchantment cards. Maybe, I don't think I want Surgical here. Like, I can take away their big card from their hand, but they have so many different cards, like Hazoret's Undying Fury, or like the Commune with Lava, or Act on Impulse, that just taking one out with Surgical isn't actually gonna stop their deck in any way. This hand, like, he has an answer for this, but I still feel like I need to keep it. It's not safe, like he gets 2 turns before we even do anything here. Like, he might just kill us next turn. I'm gonna play the Sprawl already. I think I put in black, right? Yeah, to have thought it up. So if I Sphere of Resistance, more mana to play Argothian Enchantress into other stuff. Oh boy. Turn 2 kill. Oh. Yeah, here it's a difficult call. Like, I definitely want Sphere of Resistance, but I don't know if I want the Wild Growth yet. Because I really want to have a draw trigger of this. But if I play this next turn for 3 mana, I won't have the mana to play Wild Growth anyway. So I think I need to develop my mana first, to be able to play anything I draw next turn together with the Argothian. Like, he probably has Abrade untapped anyway, like as an instant 2 mana end of turn. But I need to force him to have it. Yeah, that's a problem. That's why I'm taking them out again in the new version. Just because, like, even if you play this end of turn, they destroy it and they kill you in their next turn. Okay, they don't. Like in general, like, it may just like slow them down for 1 turn, and that's not usually enough. So playing the Wild Growth paid off. We get to play Argothian, and then we have enough mana to Sprawl for white. I'm choosing white here to be able to have 2 white mana to hardcast the Leyline of Sanctity. He's brave. He's going for it. Like, this costs 3 mana to make 3 mana. So he's just going for like a small storm count, maybe for Empty the Warrens. That's a strange play otherwise. Metamorphose, sure. What's he playing here? Cast another Desperate Ritual, Act on Impulse, he exiled Rite of Flame, Petal, and Ancient Tune. Okay. And we're not dead yet. 7 mana, so this is 3, this is 4. I'm gonna just throw the Banishing Light at nothing, because I wanna have 2 draw triggers here. I'm just gonna exile. This is the reason you want Banishing Light main deck and not Oblivion Ring. Because Oblivion Ring would force me to exile one of my own permanents. Banishing Light says opponent, targets permanent and opponent controls. Meaning that if your opponent has nothing, you can just get 2 draw triggers. Alright, let's keep this going. Yeah, alright. Solitary Confinement is good. We have mana to pay for both Guile and Confinement. Here I want to pay with Serra's Sanctum to keep black and green available. Okay, then I guess I'm gonna sprawl the Caracas first. And I should have mana to pay for Trinisphere first. See, I have 5 mana, this is gonna cost 4. Yeah, I don't wanna jam Helm yet into a Braid or something. The combination of these 2 cards should hopefully stop him for enough time for us to cost our other stuff. Okay. He has 1 card in hand, and he exiled, I think, another Commune with Lava here. Yeah, Sphere of Resistance and Trinisphere don't really work well together. Like, cause if it's a 2 mana spell, this will make it 3, and the Trinisphere will also make it 3. So yeah, that's something I should have thought about first. Yes, I want Rex Sage. Like, Petal is bad, but I want Mirror's Guile just as a draw effect, and Rex Sage for the Ruby Medallion. I think I still want to discard here. Then I want to draw the first 2 cards, then fetch to shuffle them, to shuffle away the... I don't even remember what it was. Oh yeah, it costs 1 more. I don't even know if I have enough mana for all of that. Then we fetch away the stupid card, which I... then I want to Mirror's Guile first, because it gives more mana with Serra's Sanctum. Oh yeah, it costs 3 mana for Trinisphere. I understand, alright. Then we will have 11 mana to Rex Sage, his Ruby Medallion. And I will cast Helm of Obedience. I think he's empty-handed anyway, so... Sure, that does... I think with Trinisphere, actually this will still make, even if they're cheaper, they will still cost 3 mana. Alright. Yes, I want Rest in Peace. Nope, I don't want to use this. Upkeep. I guess I won't bother. He should concede to this anyway. Like last games he conceded to the combo. GG, opponent. Alright. We are back at having a very small shot at making 3 and 2. After a very bad start. Due to making some bad decisions in the first matchup, I think. Then the second one, the Eldrazi, was just a bad matchup in this configuration. Then, so I want to add Sigarda and Seeds and Leyline to the deck. And I want to remove Thoughtseize and so what's that? I want to add Sigarda Host of Herons to sideboard. Yeah, I don't need Banishing Light because I have one in my own collection. So I have Sigarda, one more Leyline anyway because I'm taking out Thoughtseize, and what else? The Seeds of Innocence. I'm not sure direct Sage is needed with Seeds, but maybe having a double effect is still fine against Chalice decks. And I took out Sphere of Resistance. Then which card am I missing here? Sterling Grove is already in there, I think. Swords, Surgical, Cast Out, Trinisphere. Why does it say? Why does it say 14 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. Swords of Plowshares, Surgical. Engineered Plague, of course. I don't know why. Oh, it's already there. Then, what am I missing? Sterling Grove, maybe? Oh, yeah, Sterling Grove. Grove is in the sideboard. Yeah, maybe, I don't know why it was originally in the main deck. What else did I change? Oh yeah, I don't need Helm because I own them myself. Oh, so I did rent more Helms, so I have like 4 of them now. Yes, I would like to play first. Against the Wasteland deck, this hand automatically loses, but I start. Of course, if they have Wasteland in their opening hand, this is bad. But Wasteland, like I think 50% of decks play Wasteland, and the chance of them having it in their opening hand is like 1 in 50, no, 4 in 60, so 1 in 15 only. Right? Something like that. So I'm just gonna try. Like even Wasteland turn 2 isn't as bad because we will already have a presence in play. So which other cards have I changed here? Banishing Light, Zenith, Carpet, Elephant Grass, Mirror's Guile. He's on the Probe deck, so that may mean Grixis Delver with Wasteland or Storm without. We are pretty dead to Storm. So yeah, I'll fix the deck afterwards because that's not really interesting to watch. Oh, bro, that's brutal. If one of them was like a Zenith, we could have been okay. But the 3-4-1 something. Oh, okay. Yeah, we are okay, and through a days even. Oh boy. I forgot about cable therapy. Yeah, 5 cards in hand against 1. I don't think we're gonna win this, so I may concede if I don't try anything for 2 turns. Or if like he counters our next payoff card. Pyromancer. Oh, probe, another therapy. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede this one. That's sure, even do make giant, like we're never gonna get to the mana. Engineered Plague should come in here, I feel. No, Rick Sage, Sterling Grove. Yeah, Swords of Plowshares, definitely. To stop the early attack. I don't think they still play Decay, so I'm gonna side it out. Banishing Light may be okay against some cards. And I think I'm gonna cut the Eidolon here. Because it's a deck with Daze and Wasteland, so getting to 5 mana for Zenith. Like they also play Bolts, so his value is not as great. Wait, I'm at 61 cards. I forgot to take out something. I think on the play I don't need Petal. So while we wait, I'm gonna see. See, I have 50 cards plus 3, 5, 6, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think this is correct, so I'm gonna save it. Yes, I want to play first. I don't want to keep this because it does nothing. Because we don't have to play around Days turn 1, I'm gonna keep this and hope to scry. Oh, that's difficult. I think I'm still gonna bottom this, because I really want a second land even with Carpet of Flowers. Like even if he forces this, that would be bad. He seems to be thinking about it, or at least reading the card. Okay, forest pitching Days. At least that's one less Days if we top deck a land for Argothian. And this is one of these difficult keeps. Like you expect him not to counter the carpet, but then it's like the Mirror's Guile, but then they counter this card you didn't expect, and your whole plan falls apart. So unless we top deck a land now, I'm feeling pretty bad for this game. I could have had Utopia Sprawl to put on the forest here. That's, maybe it was a wrong choice. Sure, probably gonna name Argothian. Not good for us. Okay. I actually wouldn't think it's too bad if we flashback this to get the Argothian. Like, originally it would suck to lose our one card, but like if he does not have a clock... Yeah, now if this resolves, we stand a chance. Yeah, like flashing back the therapy would have been okay for me, I think. I mean, of course I prefer it this way, but him not having a creature and only like 3 cards in hand would have meant like he could possibly have bricked and ended up doing nothing. Oh, okay, now I see why he didn't need to get rid of my Argothian. Okay, and this will end up being very bad for us. Yeah, like with all these 3 and 5 mana cards. Next turn, we'll instantly Banishing Light is Delver of Secrets, unless he flips the days with the Delver. Wait, he pondered and he did not flip. Did he shuffle? He did not shuffle. That's interesting. Yeah, my previous league with Enchantress definitely went better. Now he may be sacrificing this. I don't think he will. Oh, he does. Okay. Makes some amount of sense. Like it's a short-term plan, but against this hand, short-term plan might just be enough. Like in long term, the Delver is more important than taking any of these cards, I think. Unless like he would know that there are 3 bad cards on top. But his draws now are better than... Oh, Solitary Confinement. You really don't want to sacrifice a Delver to take a card that only does something when I have 3 draw effects in play. So yes, I think I'm gonna... I don't need to play around Double Wasteland anymore, because the Caracas makes us already weak. So I'm gonna fetch the Black Source in case we draw Engineered Plague or like enough land to play Doomwake Giant. I did not expect us to get this far. Like we may actually, if we do draw 2 more lands, we may actually just win this game, because he seems to have no instants or sorceries to have played into his own Paramancer last turn, and like no counter spells. So just a 1-1, that's 16 turn clock. We have 15 turns to draw 2 lands. Gurmak Angler? No, Therapy. Please take Elephant Grass. I know you like taking the wrong choice. Oh, he does. Wow. That literally does nothing on this board either. Unless you have like a Gurmak Angler in hand. Okay, he does have Gurmak Angler. You can see it by the way he's paying the cost. Okay. Guess Elephant Grass could be annoying for 3 turns. But like this thing still blocks Angler until he draws a bolt. But yeah, he may sacrifice it now. If I were him, I think I would sacrifice the Elemental. He does not. Very strange. I mean, he could be getting in 1 more damage, of course. That's yeah, he's correct. Like he should attack 1 more time, and now he should sacrifice the Therapy. Because he can't risk me resolving the Doomwake next turn. If he does not Therapy the Doomwake, I will not sacrifice the Canopy, because I want to get the 5th mana, and if he does, then I will of course sacrifice it to find a new Elephant Grass. I think I will do it now. So he may be lured into naming a different card. Ah, I should have drawn this 1 turn earlier. I could have drawn it last turn actually. Maybe a few turns earlier, like before he actually had the Angler. If I play this now, yeah, I should play Argothian. And then next turn I need like Solitary Confinement. Like he's gonna attack me for potentially 8, so I'm gonna be at 1. So Elephant Grass isn't gonna be enough. I need Days, sure. Yeah, I'm not winning this. Like, I could be blocking to save a turn, but then I really need to get some draw triggers anyway. Source to Plowshares could do it. Start with Utopia Sprawl. Source to Plowshares, block this guy, and I don't know. Oh, he's thinking about dazing it seems. I guess it wouldn't be horrible. And we're one turn too slow to combo kill him. That's a pity. I'm still gonna look at my draw trigger. Only one turn and 1 mana short. That was a very bad leak. Like, I'm not happy with the choices I made and with the hands I kept. So I should be doing better tomorrow if I play another one tomorrow. Alright, good night.